Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Mystery Sports Podcast. Merry Christmas! Obviously, it's Christmas Eve today, and tomorrow obviously is Christmas Day. So I hope you guys do all have a good Christmas and New Year's and stuff. Obviously, United are the only game on Boxing Day, which we very rarely see. And I think a lot of people were kind of like shocked to see that there was only one game on Boxing Day. Sorry, and it's not like the traditional way you have everyone playing on the Boxing Day. It's more obviously United playing on a Friday night football, but it doesn't feel like it's a traditional Friday night football because it's on Boxing Day, and then you have the fixtures on Saturday on terms of who will be playing. But the rest of the teams will be playing on the weekend, wasn't there? Like normal game week, really, isn't it? But United play Friday, first game of the festive period, as we should call it, and United on the back of a loss to Villa. Can we do? Can we bounce back from that? Do we look like we're gonna get the 3 points and push for that, get that fifth place, and overtake Liverpool in fifth position? It's definitely on, and United could definitely go into this game thinking, if we do well, turn up, play the football that we want to do, don't concede as many chances as we did against Villa, and cut out those mistakes. I think we can definitely get the job done. And Villa only won one game away from home, and that was the Everton game where they absolutely demolished Everton away from home. But United definitely can do that going into this game, and with confidence, definitely. We are playing well, we are playing good football, and hopefully we can go and get the result. And I think we will get the result. That's my personal opinion. I think United will bounce back from obviously the tough defeat away from Villa. It's only our second defeat in 5 games, and a second defeat in I think 9 or 11 games or something. So it's a decent record that we've got going. And I think we definitely will bounce back. Like if we look at Newcastle's form, for example, they played 17 games, won 6, drawn 5, and lost 6. The last game was against Chelsea, which they drew 2-2, and they came back. Didn't come back. Chelsea came back magnificently against them, and if United turn up and play how Chelsea did in that second half, but if United do it from minute one, I think United can definitely. There's goals in this game, and I think, and then whoever United play, I think there's goals in this game. I don't see United keeping a clean sheet against anyone really. Maybe Wolves is the only game, but even then they scored against us when we was at the Molineux. I think United could definitely go into this looking like they can score goals. And I think with what I'm going to do as my predicted lineup, I think there is goals in that squad. And I think United definitely can punish Newcastle and hopefully get the win. And I think we will get the win come Friday, 8 o'clock kickoff it is. So come Friday evening. So obviously United are sat in 7th in the league, and Newcastle 11th. Newcastle, they've won one in the last 3 games. It's okay form that Newcastle on, sat on 23 points, only 3 points behind United, so we definitely don't want them beating us in terms of how they will go into that league and go into the game and obviously be on level on points. So we definitely don't want that. I just think United definitely though can get something out of this game, and like I said previous, then if we do turn up with a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of creativity, and being very clinical, I think that's the key word I've been saying quite a few weeks now, is that United need to be clinical. If United are clinical, then I think we will take this game and we'll go and take 3 points and be put on 29 points. And like I said, a joint fourth really with Liverpool and Chelsea. Sorry. Obviously, Chelsea are playing Villa, so that should be a good game, and hopefully Villa carry on with a win there and take a chunk out of their goal difference. That would be wonderful if that was to happen. And Liverpool, I think, are playing Wolves. Who are Liverpool playing? Liverpool are playing Wolves, yeah, at 3 o'clock on Saturday. So I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Liverpool win there and go make themselves on to 31 points, which 32 points, should I say? Sorry, that I wouldn't be surprised if we saw that they're happening there. But just to go back onto United and the way that I think that we should approach the game is, I think, definitely a lot of enthusiasm, creating a lot of chances, and going at the defence of Newcastle because they're not strong. They've conceded 2 goals in the last game against Chelsea. And I think Chelsea were kind of quite poor in the first half, should we say? Because I mean, obviously Newcastle were 2-0 up at half time, and to go and bottle a 2-0 lead. It's mental. Obviously, they lost to Sunderland on the previous Premier League game week to last. Then they won against Burnley and then drew against Spurs, but conceding two again. And they've in the only game that they've not conceded in the December period is none, which is quite concerning. I think United definitely, with the likes of Cunha, Mount, Shesko, can definitely go at these players and get a goal, because I think United definitely can do that. And I just think in terms of how we need to get some goals as well, because I think the confidence levels like Shesko, if he grabs a goal on Friday, the confidence levels will skyrocket for him. Mount, I think he's been very well for United recently, and I think if he can get some goals and maybe bag a brace or something, like if he can get a goal or an assist, I think the confidence levels of Mount goes up, and especially Cunha. I mean, Cunha's 2-2, isn't he? And I think he looks really, really good. And I think at the start of the year, I can't remember who said it. Someone on Sky said it, that I think. Oh no, not Sky. I think it was Alan Pardew said it on Talksport. You saying that number 10, Mateus Cunha, just looks like the shirt isn't heavy on him. He just looks like a United player. He's got the freedom to run on the ball and just do everything that he wants to do. And I think with obviously Bruno out now, he needs to step up, and it is obviously a concern. Like, I mean, I'm worried. I obviously love Bruno Fernandes very much, and I'll always back Bruno, and him out of the squad. I just think it's a real shame, because if we don't have Bruno, like, where else do we create these chances from? But Mount can step up, Cunha can step up, Shesko needs to step up, Xerxes does. I think United definitely do have goals there, but I just would be worried with obviously Casemiro comes back off his suspension, so he'd straight back into the starting lineup. I just think obviously with Ahmad and Mbeumo at AFCON, Mazraoui obviously at AFCON, Bruno injured. I think those four players, should I say? Sorry, they're quite. We rely on them quite often to help start attacks. Obviously, mainly Bruno Fernandes, obviously with the most chances created in the Premier League this year. I just think Bruno is just that player, who just links everything, and he's just one of the most underrated players in the Premier League, I would say, because I just think he's fantastic. And I know, obviously, I'm going to say that as his United player, but if you just look at his stats, like I think a few weeks ago, it definitely has changed now, but it was 193 goals and assists. No, I think it still saying, because he didn't get anything against Villa. But, Mo Salah's leading. Since Bruno Fernandes joined, Mo Salah's got the most goals and assist contributions. Then it's Bruno in second with 193. Then it's Erling Haaland with, I think, 190. I'd probably be 193 now because of his 2 goals and assist on the weekend. That's some mad reading, that Bruno Fernandes second in that list in the squad that he's been in. Don't get me wrong, United haven't been the best, and to get that many chances or goals and assists since joining Man United, it's fantastic. And obviously Haaland's a freak, so you'd expect him to be up there, and you'd expect him to overtake Salah pretty sharpish, really. With how Salah is, sorry, I got a bit of cold. With how Salah is at the moment in time, obviously he's probably out of Liverpool now, and I think he's probably got one foot out the door there. But it'll be a real miss without Bruno Fernandes, and hopefully United can get the job done and create chances. And I do believe in the lads who will go on the pitch on Friday and they can get a job done, which is quite. I've not said that in a while. I think that United can. I wouldn't. How would I say it? I've not said this in a while, that I've got faith in the players to go and create chances, go and score a goal, but I kind of do, because I think Newcastle are there for the beating. They've conceded quite a few goals, like in the season. They've conceded 20. They're on 1 goal difference. They've scored 23 and conceded 22. I think United definitely can go at them. Like, we scored 31 goals, and obviously we've conceded 28. It's not a good reading for that, but hopefully when you get De Ligt and Maguire back, I'm not saying that they're the answers, but when you get De Ligt back, we look a bit more stronger at defence, and I think that is true. With De Ligt as the centre half over Heaven, Heaven's only 19, he's still a young lad, and when you get De Ligt back, he's just that more authoritarian centre back, and just a bit more aggressive, and he knows what he's doing in that position, and he's played there before in Ajax and I think Bayern as well. So we've got players coming back, obviously De Ligt, Maguire, we're not sure what will happen with them, and if they're fit and available. Ruben Amorim will probably say in a couple days and when his press conference, probably today, I think we'll find out if he is fit and available to play. Mateus Delit and Bruno and not Bruno Fernandes and Harry Maguire. So hopefully they are back. But I don't think we don't want to rush him because we don't want to injure him even more. And if we just go on to my predicted lineup, so this is my predicted lineup. So I've gone Lemons in net, which is usual. Shaw, Heaven, Yoro. I think he keeps the same back five, despite Yoro having a bit of a shocker against Villa. I think he does stay in this because we've not really got anyone in as a centre half as an option yet, have we really? Because obviously Maguire and Delit are injured. We've got Delo, Dorgy as the wing backs. I think Delo had a very good game. I think Dorgy had one of his best games of the season against Villa. Obviously got the assist for Cunha's goal and made it pretty much. I've got Martinez and Casemiro, so in the midfield. So obviously Bruno being out, and I think Martinez had that role against Villa and just looked really solid in there, and he looked really class in the midfield. I've also put Mainu in blue, so I wouldn't be surprised if we did see Mainu play there. It's a bit 50-50. I'm not sure if he will start Mainu, but anything could happen with Kobe Mainu and if he gets in the squad. But I'm going to go Casemiro Martinez with Casemiro coming back off his suspension, so he'll walk straight back into the squad. Then the front three, I think, is Mount, Cunha, Shesko. That's what I would tend to go for. I just think Xerxes is more of an impact player, I would say. So I'd want to see Shesko start, especially with dealing with the centre backs of Newcastle, Towan, Fabian Schär. Obviously, they're quite bulky and strong. So I think Shesko would be kind of like the perfect person to go in there. And then you bring Xerxes on in like the 70th minute if we need a goal and something. It's a different option. There's a different type of striker that their centre backs aren't used to through the game because they're so used to defending man to man with Shesko. I think Mount stays in that in the 10 position, and Cunha had a fantastic game, obviously grabbing his goal 2-2. I think United definitely can go in to this game if we have a strong squad and the players turn up and they give effort. I think United can go and win this game. My score prediction, I'm going to go 2-1 United. I think it could definitely be more than that. United at this moment in time, the last game at Old Trafford, and it's 4-4, the amazing game against Bournemouth. I think United could definitely go and I think United will win it 2-1. I love a 2-1, me, to be fair. There could be more goals. It could be 3-2 United, we just don't know what will happen. But yeah, I think it will be a United win 2-1. I think Cunha gets a goal, and I think Casemiro gets a goal, gets a header from a corner or something. Casemiro loves a corner, doesn't he? Love a header in the back of the net. But yeah, I think it'll be a good game. Definitely watch it, even if you're not a United or Newcastle fan. But I think United need to turn up, like I said previous. United need to turn up with that clinical edge, ruthlessness, and just be up for the game because Newcastle will be up for the game, and we don't want to repeat off last year when they won 2-0. Yeah, we just don't want to see that happening. And I think United definitely can get the 3 points, and hopefully we put pressure on the likes of Liverpool and Chelsea that making sure they need to win now instead of them putting pressure on us that we need to win. So if we obviously win, I mean, like I said before, we go. We'll I think we'll go fifth and just ahead of Liverpool by 1 goal difference or whatever it may be. Obviously Chelsea's goal difference is 12, but hopefully Villa can chop that in, not in half, but chop chunks out of that, which would be really good for United. But yeah, that is everything for the preview for United versus Newcastle. I think United will win 2-1. Should be a good game. And yeah, hope you guys have a very good Christmas and a New Year's. And we'll possibly Friday we'll do a preview for the rest of the Premier League and the darting action as well. Obviously, we know as the world champs is on a break during, I think, does it come back Boxing Day? Yeah, I think it comes back Boxing Day. So we'll do a preview Friday in terms of what's happening the weekend of sport. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Have a good Christmas, and if you've not, please subscribe and like the video. Catch you on a bit.